If we look at the fact that all organizations are being hacked every minute, every microsecond of every computer day, then we have a different perspective on this.
Tell us a little bit about cybersecurity, which I think is the focus of the company. We heard a couple of years ago about the amazing breach at Sony, for example. How do these kind of events occur, and what should companies be doing about them?
These events occur over time. They're often insider-based, but when they're not, they're things that take place time and time. One thinks that it's a weekend activity, often not. In Sony's case, it led up for many months. It grabbed a lot of very sensitive and critical data, and it exposed the organization. It let the organization know that the controls, the security, the protected nature of, and the defensive posture of that organization wasn't what they thought it was.
Was Sony unusual in that respect, or are many thousands of companies exposed in a similar way?
So, and I try to suggest that we need to change our mindset as we think of cybercrimes and cybersecurity. All organizations are exposed. It's not a percentage that are exposed. The question is how quickly they're caught, what exposure and what implications those breaches create. And if we look at the fact that all organizations are being hacked every minute, every microsecond of every computer day, then we have a different perspective on this. It is a pervasive response to the way technology is deployed and employed in our world.
I guess the cost and reputation risk can be very high as well to a company.
Oh, it's significant. You know, the greatest fear is being on the front page, be it the Wall Street Journal or some other publications, being talked about on the news, and it's some massive breach, be it Equifax or Home Depot or just the small mom and pop store down the block. It can be debilitating, and it can also knock you out of the game.
So obviously high risk of a loss of trust from your customers and consumers if their data is breached through some hack. What are 2 or 3 of the principal things companies can do to prevent themselves falling into this trap?
Well, one we mentioned already. One, recognize all organizations are being hacked. And then the question is to what extent and what type of controls and what type of risk management they can put in place in order to protect themselves. Our organization, Capsicum Group, we do things that are called penetration tests, security assessments. We create this proactive, responsive nature to dealing with types of security breaches, and we try to get people out of the reactive nature. You know, I was breached, what do I do now? It's part of, and it needs to become part of one's everyday culture.
I see, got it. Talk a little bit about Miami for a moment. We're here at Miami Business School. Is Miami playing any role in the cybersecurity space?
I see Miami and South Florida as playing a significant role. Many entrepreneurial organizations down here, technological organizations. We're seeing large entities form to deal with security at the data center level, what are called SOCs, Security Operations Centers, which are basically the eyes and the ears to all of this technology that's being deployed now to let them know if there's some type of breach underway.